Hi traders, welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. Before we dive into the charts though, be aware of the upcoming seminars that we're having March 9 in Prague, March 14 in Zagreb, and March 16 in Belgrade. All of these seminars are free of charge, no cost, so hope to see you then. All right, let's take a look at the euro dollar. You can see that the trend indicator at the left upper corner is indicating right here, is indicating a little bit of a good uptrend on the pound dollar, right? Full blue. Euro dollar is not as strong, light blue and yellow on the higher time frame. But still, we can see that technically speaking, we did break above the bull flag pattern. Price, however, was not able to break above the horizontal resistance at about 113.70. Price did break above the 21 EMA, so I do think that it's looking like a consolidation, a range for a continuation. So a breakout could confirm that. A candlestick pattern that can close above that zone with a close near the high, that indicates that the bulls are in control of that candle. And it shouldn't be too small of a candle, you know, at least 40 pips, I would say, preferably larger. That candle would indicate the breakout, and there could be maybe some small retracement on a lower time frame. Look for a continuation higher towards the top of this channel at around maybe 114. Well, 114 is very close, 114.25. I think eventually it could go up even to 115. But so far there's not a lot of volatility, not a lot of momentum. So it depends on how long you want to hold the trade. If you're looking for a swing trade, you could aim for 115. If you're looking for a quicker trade, then probably 114.25 is a more, closer target that could finish the trade sooner. So that is a breakout I think could happen today. Let's check other charts together though, because yesterday we had finally a bullish candle. We had a lot of wicks already here, so I said that there's a chance that price make a retracement first before it moves up, because overall we were looking at a bullish move. One of the reasons, or a few reasons, was a bounce at 112.50, ABC correction, ABC correction, ABC correction like this. So one of the things we were looking for maybe is a retracement like this, hook back, continue. It doesn't seem that that is likely due to yesterday's bullish candle. And if we get a bullish candle today that breaks above the 21 EMA, that also would confirm upside, I think, retracement of that daily candle. And I think we can go up to that 115 area, all right, and test these previous tops in here. That could be, of course, another key decision zone where price might make some kind of retracement first. All right, looking at the hourly chart, nothing really to add. We are in an uptrend, and price did break above resistance. It's just kind of making a consolidation here. A lot of fractals up in here, so if we get a good candle, we might get that breakout. What if it doesn't break? What if price, for whatever reason, starts to show momentum in this part? So if we have really price pushing through let's check this out, 113.35. The long-term moving average, these support zones. Well, if it's a good momentum and you see a flag, there could be a deeper retracement. And I would put back the fib from here to here, like this. And I would look for, in that case, probably move down to the 50 fib, which in turn could be a bouncing spot. Any of these fibs, the 50, the 61, the 78, 88.6 fib, any of those could be a bouncing spot. But the first area that the price will test, of course, is the 50 fib, and that could already be a bouncing spot. But there could be, in that case, a bigger kind of ABC or even maybe even a 5-wave pattern like that before it bounces back up. All right, but that's only if you see good momentum here to the downside, breaking below that 23.6 and 113.35 zone. Otherwise, I'm leaning towards a bullish continuation. All right, pound dollar is showing a continuation. We were expecting that because it had a strong candle here, very dominant, and it retraced halfway into that and showed a strong bounce. Look at this wick, look at the bullish close. So that was a strong signal that the buyer stepped in. And overall, we were also looking at the bigger ABC correction. Price broke above this resistance, so we were looking for a continuation higher, and that happened indeed. You can see very strong uptrend on our indicator here. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. We can see that we were thinking about a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, this being a 5, and that a breakout could happen or a deeper retracement like this, and then a bounce was another scenario we're looking at, or a bounce at the 50 fib. All right, so those three things we were looking at. It actually was a break, and the breakout candle was, you can argue which one is the best, or not argue, but you can have a discussion about what is the best breakout candle. If you're looking for a close above this fractal, then this one was a little bit weak. It did close above it, but really, really marginal, and there was a wick on top. However, this candle did break above the trend line, so that could have been an option. Maybe a better candle, though, if you wanted to be a little bit more conservative, could have been this breakout candle or even this one. All of those indicate the potential for price to bounced at the 21 EMA, broke above the resistance trend line, broke above this fractal. So after that, we have a bullish continuation, and let's take a look at our. Yeah, we had the SWAT indicator was indicating this blue candle with blue arrow. That was the main candle from a SWAT perspective. That's my my method, my own customer indicators. But from a discretionary point of view, you could have thought of one of these three, I guess, as well. So 4 options. But anyhow, it's moving up. So let's see if there's any way to trade it. This is looking like a wave 1, 2 at the moment. This being a wave 3. So we have to probably even move to a 50-minute chart, because if this is a wave 3, we have to analyze even the smaller swings within the wave 3. And it looks like a wave 1, 2, maybe a wave 3 up to here, wave 4, and this could be a wave 5. So let's put a fib on the potential wave 3. And did bounce roughly in the fib zone that we would expect, a shallow fib for wave 4. Approaching -272 target. But I think that, let's put a fib on the wave 1, 2 as well, like this. All right, and let's get rid of this one so we're not too confused. So I would think that we still should have space for more upside. 132.50 is the next quarter level. So if we get a good 4-hour candle, it's a little bit risky here because it could be a wave 3, we could be in the middle of it, but it's also a spot where price has moved away from the 21 EMA for a bit. So it's trading it earlier would have been a little bit better here, or at the bounce, but it is still possible. But there is a little bit of a risk of that, that in fact that we are trading in a momentum, and of course it could always go sideways or reverse and hit the target and reverse. So that's kind of the risk you're taking. But maybe a good 4-hour candle with a close and a high. Look for a little bit of retracement of that candle, and you might be able to squeeze, or I might be able to squeeze, I should say. Of course, your trading decisions are up to you, obviously, but I might be able to squeeze here a little bit of a trade upon a retracement up to that -100 target or -161.8 target at 132 and 132.50. All right, so that's something to think about. I mean, if you get a big retracement or a big correction on the 1-hour chart like we had here, maybe you get some flag. If you see a flag like that, I will be thinking about a breakout of that flag to the upside. That would be ideally a little bit more interesting, a little bit more solid to trade, because it has a structure and you can trade that structure. Now we're in the middle of something, so that's always a bit more risky. But with a good 4-hour candle, it is possible to do that. If you do trade, because this is already a pretty decent candle, let's take a look at the size of this candle, 70 pips. So keep an eye on the ATR, keep an eye on the Camarilla levels, pivot points, the intraday pivot points, and see if there is a possibility maybe of some kind of discount first. If you have a good 4-hour candle, but then some kind of retracement, then look for some kind of confirmation maybe, and see if you get continuation higher. All right, you got to be aware that you look at this wick, for instance. So there's of course a kind of a natural movement that it can make in a 1 day before it starts to retrace, or some kind of consolidation. That's what you want to be careful of. All right, folks, that's it for now. More analysis and material ECS start package you can find at elitecurrency.com, but we also have a lot of educational material, and also, of course, our ECS live service with live analysis, webinars, and trade setups from us. Wish you all good trading. Talk to you soon. Cheers.